Howdy, howdy!
Hello!
And welcome to But It Was Aliens, the paranormal comedy podcast where we probe paranormal events to determine, for the questionable benefit of humanity, whether those events really were paranormal. My name is Kevin the John, and alongside me is Mr. Granville Moonwalker.
Hello!
Today is a special day, and do you know what that means, folks? It means that I'm going to give Granville the choice that I never had. Yes, it is Mr. Moonwalker's birthday episode. So I'm going to do something unusual today. Mr. Moonwalker, I am actually going to give you the choice that I never had. What would you like to cover today? You can choose from alien, cryptid, demon, voodoo, ghost, or telekinesis.
Ooh.
I have several copies of the research notes that sit in front of you, Mr. Moonwalker. The ad-lib pauses remain the same in each version, but I'm going to adjust the case we cover to your topic of choice. There is also a drinking rule. 1 second, folks. Mini Moonies!
What?
An old school.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
So your choice when the drinks come is either to do a shot of Mini Mooney, aka moonshine, which is unaged whiskey, sir, or to do a bottle of old school VK WKD kind of shit. I'm going to give you the choice
Dastardly bastard.
that I never had.
So, in front of me, probers, there is a small box of moonshine, and there is also a limited edition pack of VKs. Now, there is also one with a limited edition chocolate orange in there. Now, I have a question.
Yes.
Do I get to pick which bottle of VK? I do.
You do, yes.
Fantastic.
Why, do you really want that chocolate orange one?
I really do not want that chocolate orange
I
one.
really do not want that chocolate orange one. Who would make chocolate orange alcohol? Apologies to anyone who likes that, but that sounds horrid to me. I mean, I'm not the biggest chocolate liker anyway.
Me neither. And chocolate orange itself is disgusting. Fruit and orange should not be a mix. Sorry, fruit and orange. Fruit and chocolate should not be a mix.
Isn't like fruit and nut one of the most popular types of chocolate there is? Not that I like it.
I don't like it.
I'm on the same side as you here, but some people are not on our side.
They're not.
Now,
I also have a question
Right.
about the topic that we cover.
yep. Well, I'm not sure I can answer that until you make your choice.
Now, does my choice affect what we drink?
No.
Okay.
You genuinely have the choice that I never had on both accounts. You're going to choose your poison of choice, and you're going to choose what we cover.
Right. Let's
Now it's time for you, Mr. Moonwalker,
Cover.
to make the choice that I never had.
see, now this is where I'm stuck. Because there is something I want to pick.
Yeah.
But I also believe if I pick it, you're going to make me do something that I don't want to do.
I'm going to make you do something you don't want to do regardless.
Cool, let's go demon.
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 Oh, no. I played football last night. My team absolutely smashed the other team like 13-4.
Yeah, let's not fucking talk about that.
And my throat has been quite tweaky this morning because I did a lot of shouting. That was a glorious night, Mr. Moonwalker. A birthday treat, if you will. I pulled out the victory for you, sir. Right, demons.
I'm still not over that match. I'm still fuming.
Right, demons. Do you know
Demons.
what? I had a feeling, truly, that you would opt for that choice, dear Mooney. I genuinely did. As such, we begin today's tale on September the 10th, 2023. 'Twas a Sunday night on an intersection, or as we UK folks say, a junction, in downtown Calabar. Calabar is a port city in the south of Nigeria, not too far from the border to Cameroon. 'Twas a normal night. Suddenly, panic! Panic was everywhere. People were running around screaming in horror. Cats and dogs living together. It was chaos. Amongst the chaos, a group of general members of the public had rushed to the rescue of a man at the centre of the chaos, but there was little that these well-meaning citizens could do, for the man at the centre of this chaos had lost his penis.
Oh. Poor. No, there's nothing anyone could do in that situation.
What can you do?
What can you
Someone's dick has just gone.
Now, it depends on how it went. If someone had come past and chopped, like, he was being, I don't know, a dirty, sleazy bastard and getting his dick out and flashing people, and someone chopped it off with a machete, then you could help him look for the lost little boy.
For the member.
But
the missing member of the public, you could say.
Other than that, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. So you're going machete chops.
Yeah.
Right, I've just showed Mr Moonwalker an image of the penis theft victim. This man used to have a pretty big hog, but when he looked down on this evening, he was greeted by something around the size of a grain of rice, and the balls were completely missing. This has been verified to New Lines magazine by an eyewitness, as detailed in an article link we will link to in our episode notes by Kingsley Charles. Nigerian penis theft.
What? What? Wait.
I'm waiting.
Wait.
I'm waiting patiently. Come on.
So,
Patiently. Come on.
in my brain,
Yeah.
he went to bed with his normal penis.
Yep.
And woke up the next day and it was gone.
Okay.
Now, did he go somewhere into, I don't know, into the town or into the city to see someone about this, and this is why they know he's there? Or did he randomly just be like, you know how sometimes men will just place their hands down their pants?
Yeah, you'll catch it.
Did he just naturally just go to do that and was like, where the fuck's my dick?
So we will cover this in the very next section, but basically the latter. He had his penis, he was out and about, suddenly he didn't have his penis. Have we ever covered anything more terrifying than this?
No.
What would you do if you were walking down the street and then your chap was gone? You were wangless.
I don't think you would ever see me again.
You place a lot of stock in that thing, do you?
I'd be gone. Couldn't handle the embarrassment. You know when you're playing football and you get hit in the nuts?
Yeah.
I'd get hit,
sadly,
yeah.
I know that better than most.
Yeah, you do. So that would happen, there'd just be no reaction. And how do you play it off? You can't fake that pain.
I'd get a prosthetic. A really, really long one. I mean, not to say that I'm overcompensating, but I'd get a very obvious one going all the way down past, like, to my shins, that you could clearly see through my trousers. What is that? Well, you know.
It's just little John.
It's Long John. As you can imagine, the man was crying desperately, but the man also had a clarity about him. What? I'm going to have to stop and see what set you off.
So, Brobers, in the research notes, Kev has slipped in a picture of a micropenis that I really wasn't expecting to see.
Oh, do you know what? We didn't cover shots in that section either. So, Mr. Moonwalker, you need to do a shot.
Oh. Now, do I get to pick?
Yes, you get to pick.
Oh.
You are getting the choice that I never had.
Let's take a look at those whiskies.
Moonies. The mini Mooney.
Okay, let's take a look at the Moonies.
Okay.
Kev just mooned me.
Here you go, if you'd like to receive the Moonies.
Oh, you've already picked one.
I've taken the nearest one out for me, yeah. I'm going to give me the choice that I never had as well. I'm going to do a shot when the hell I feel like it.
You've gone for very cherry.
It was the closest one to me. I will add that I really don't like nut, so I have to avoid the nut.
The tough nut.
Yeah.
So you're a little bitch.
I am a little bitch.
Cool.
I will accept that because I can't do nuts.
I'm going
Not
wild berry.
these nuts, not those nuts. What are you going for, sorry?
Wild berry.
What? I'm actually a little bit nervous because like I say, this is non-aged whiskey in essence. Very nicely presented, I must add.
Very nicely presented.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it smells like cough medicine.
What I'm going to do is drink this to the side so that if I puke, I'm not puking on my laptop.
Should have got a bucket. Tastes a bit like cough syrup.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it's not the worst shot we've done on this
really not.
show.
Wild berry's really nice.
It's also probably the strongest that we've done.
Wouldn't mind having that in a full bottle form.
You can get them in full bottle forms.
Oh, what?
They actually sell them at the shop round the corner from us right now, but only in one flavour. But you can get them online in all the flavours that we've got in front of us.
Cool. I have a feeling that by the time we end this episode, I might not remember that. So
I will remind you.
you remind me.
Or you could just listen back when it releases. Anyway, as I was saying, as you can imagine, the man was crying desperately. But the man also had a clarity about him, even in his desperation. No, what? Have you just got to look at the...
I've just seen his micropenis again. It's about the size of his nose.
I'd say it's a lot smaller, actually.
They look identical.
But yeah, the man knew what had happened. The man pointed at another man nearby. This man, our dickless subject exclaimed, had stolen his tallywhacker during a handshake. This caused even more chaos as a mob launched towards the alleged dick snatcher. Fists were flailing as the angry mob demanded that the unknown man restore the package of our dickless subject. The police were quickly on the scene. No sooner had they arrived than miraculously, our wangless gentleman confirmed that his penis had returned. Woo! This was a case of a Nigerian dick snatcher, and this was not an isolated event. This is an epidemic. You think that's an exaggeration? In September 2023 alone, in Calabar alone, more than 12 cases of missing penis were reported. Dick theft has resulted in the murder of a spiritual leader, forcing a curfew on the members of a Nigerian community. Obviously, we are a light-hearted podcast, but this stuff is happening, and that is pretty horrific.
Now, what these people are doing here
Yes.
is they are, let me guess, when the person that they've accused of stealing their dick has been attacked, beaten, or whatever,
Yep.
their dick miraculously returns.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much using the public as a mob, as a weapon, and getting the person that they don't like beaten up for whatever reason by claiming that they've stolen their penis.
I mean, that is a possible alternative theory.
So, say, for example, we made a bet. Mm-hmm. I lost the bet to you, had to pay you $5,000.
Yeah.
And was very annoyed that I had to pay you $5,000.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, hold on. Let's say we went to football on a Friday night.
Yes.
And my team was dog shit and lost 14-3
Right.
to your team. And you were...
Oh, gosh, it was 14-3. I think I said 13-4 earlier.
And you were...
I gave you too much credit.
You were gloating as...
Me? Never. Would I?
As...
Can you just remind me of the score, though?
I mean, as you would.
I've forgotten it.
But me being pretty annoyed by this, went and told the mob that you stole my dick. So they come and beat the shit out of you, and then I turn around and go, "Oh, my dick's back." Fucking 14-3 now, bitch.
No,
That's essentially it, isn't it?
I mean, it's bonkers to think that that could happen in the world in this day and age. Fair enough in like the 1500s or even the 1700s, like with the witch craze going on and whatnot. But today, 2024 or 2023 at this point, bonkers. Imagine the relief though if this is real.
Micropenis.
What's that, sorry? Did you say you have a micropenis?
Kev stole my dick.
What would you even do with a dick?
Sorry, what?
That didn't come out right. That did not come out right. Anyway.
And this gentleman is going to be a father. Lord knows how.
Allegedly, truthfully. Before we move on to the next segment, you do need to do a shot, I'm afraid.
Just me?
I'll take one if you pass me anything but the nut.
Try the tough nut.
That's the exact opposite of what I just said.
Shouldn't have stole my dick.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I needed one. I wanted a child. If you'd like to take it, Mr. Moonwalker.
All right. I'm going to try tough nut.
Oh,
Thoughts?
it's not bad. I think I preferred the cherry. How's the nut?
Went down smooth.
You've just taken a mini moony nut. This episode is gonna be a car crash.
Went down smooth. You sure you don't want to try? Are you allergic to nuts?
I'm not allergic. I just have a strong dislike for every single nut that I've ever tried.
But you've not tried tough nut.
I've tried hazelnut. I've tried coconut.
Coconut's disgusting. But you've not tried tough nut.
Yeah, but it might make me gag. Approximately 400 miles or more than 600 kilometres away from Calabar, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defence Corps are said to have captured and tortured a dick snatcher at the Abuja Defence headquarters. They caught this man red-handed stealing 2 men's willies. Yep, somebody was caught in the act. The man was whipped as officers demanded, "Touch them! Return them now!" They were talking about the dicks. So this, again, legit. Police.
What was he doing that alerted them to
taking
him
dick. Taking the dick.
The dicks.
Stealing dick. He was literally in the process of stealing dick.
But what was he doing?
Stealing
Was
dick.
he shaking their hand? Was he
running away with the
did
dicks?
he wrap his hands on their penises? And
So they caught him with them. He had a couple of Kens going around. Smooth. Lack of undercarriage.
so I still don't understand how he was caught stealing dicks.
To be honest, I'm not sure I can help you there. That's what the police officers say.
And what if... So they whipped this man
Yes. Which is pretty
and
archaic in
demanded
itself.
that he touch them and return the dicks.
Yeah.
What is he touching? Is he just touching them?
Not clarified. It's open to interpretation.
And also-
I'd love to bullshit to you right now, but it's no idea.
What would happen if he touched them?
And they lost their dicks.
Nothing happened. They still had micropenises. What if there is just an epidemic of micropenises in this small little area?
And they're blaming it on...
A dick snatcher. Because they don't want to admit they've just got a little dick.
I mean, I've got no retort. I don't know.
What if they thought that was a normal size of a dick?
I suppose different countries have different beliefs. Well, that's probably as much as you need to say, isn't it? That
If you had the power to take a dick, would you?
How do you know I don't have the power to take a dick? Do you have the power to take a dick?
No.
We've hit a new low. I can't imagine.
Right.
I said this earlier, but I can't imagine what you do with someone else's dick. What would you do with someone else's dick?
Just throw it away. What I mean by that is if you had the power to render someone with a micropenis, would you do it? That rather sinister little giggle tells you all you need to know, Probus.
I was just thinking which one of our inner circle would I do it to? Maybe. What about you, sir?
If I had the power to render someone with a micropenis, would I use it? 100%. 100%. Just be like, it's a nice Porsche. Can I have it for free? No, we don't really do that. Micropenis!
The only problem with that power is you have to shout it aggressively as you point to make it happen.
Yeah. And then I would get the next salesman and I'd go, micropenis! Okay, right. What I just shouted at him, he's going to go into the bathroom. He's going to come back crying because he now has a micropenis. Can I have that Porsche for free?
I'm sorry, sir. I just can't do that.
Micropenis!
No.
I suppose in that terms, I would either be killed instantly.
Pretty much everyone in the town and possibly county and country that you live is going to end up with a micropenis. Micropenis.
I was going to say I would either be killed instantly or they would just get women to not rule the world, but everything that I want, they'd just put a woman in the place. I wouldn't be able to do anything.
Microbean!
She'd be like, shut up. I just get bitch slapped. I just leave. I'm like, holding my face.
You've kind of asked this already, but how do they do it? It's believed that most cock displacement starts with innocuous bodily contact, such as a handshake. No sooner has the touch taken place, the victim feels the shock of their member leaving their body. All I can imagine is that this is like pickpocketing, in a way. One such victim...
Pickpocketing.
The article we mentioned earlier, anonymised as Kelvin, and I'm going to change their changed name to Danger Hands. Danger Hands was waiting at a bus stop one evening after a long day at work. His mum was using his focus, you see. Eventually, the bus came, but there was a crowd, and as Danger Hands jostled towards the bus, Danger Hands felt that shock that could only be associated with a missing penis. This man no longer had a dick.
You do realise you said jostled instead of jostled.
I know, yeah. I just carried on. Danger Hands was struck by embarrassment, and instead of getting on the bus,
That picture looks embarrassing.
Danger Hands got a motorcycle taxi home, crying as he went. When 44-year-old Danger Hands arrived home to his wife and children, the family wondered what had happened to Danger Hands. When Danger Hands disclosed his issue, the wife immediately called for prophetess because a solution was needed. Prophets in Nigeria are believed by many to be able to see the future and reverse magical attacks. So you do need to do a shot, I'm afraid.
That's fine.
If you'd like to take a mini moony. Although the choice is yours.
Let's go with one of the others.
All right.
Let's switch it up. No. 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 Yeah.
I just take the first one. Oh dear, it's green. And we're drinking from the bottle. It's like a big sours. Any thoughts on that previous section?
He told his wife, which is fair. That's totally understandable.
Yeah.
If you were in that situation, would you tell anyone else?
I'd try and get away with it as long as possible. I'd get a prosthetic down past my shin. No, I'd like to say that I'd go to hospital and get it checked out, but embarrassment is a real one. No, I've had a tooth that I haven't been able to put pressure on for more than a year, and I've still not been to the dentist about it.
The question I have, he's told his wife. Now, would you try and fake it for as long as you could with your wife?
How are you going to fake it? Like, when it comes down to business time, what are you going to do? Get like a strap-on prosthetic? Or are you going to like pretend to use your fingers and pretend that's it? Ooh!
Pretty sure she'll be able to tell the difference.
I'd imagine so.
Oh.
But what if she couldn't? Or they couldn't?
Can you imagine how emasculating that would feel if she left because of it?
I mean, it sucks, yeah. Emmanuel Brown was a 32-year-old Caliber restaurant manager. On a Saturday morning, Emmanuel had gone to the market to stock up on some supplies. As Emmanuel poked his way through the hustle and bustle, Emmanuel felt a tug on his sleeve. As Emmanuel turned, Emmanuel was greeted by a shout. "Give me more penis!" What? Emmanuel didn't know this person and certainly didn't think that he'd picked up a dick amongst his shopping. As the accusations continued, a crowd gathered. Before he knew it, Emmanuel had lost his phone and his money in the commotion and was dragged to a local police station. Mob justice. Emmanuel's accuser quickly rediscovered their dick and no charges were brought, but Emmanuel had had his arse whooped. On September the 7th, 2023, Kufre Adet Daniel claimed that his penis had been taken. Eshu Egbelu, the man who would be pointed at, was quickly assaulted by a mob despite not having the penis on him. When taken to the police on September the 19th, 2023, Kufre was arrested under false claims despite having no penis. Kufre pleaded not guilty, but had to make bail for giving false information at 8 times higher than Nigeria's minimum wage. On September the 12th, 2023, the Nigerian state government released a press statement stating that the accounts of missing sex sticks were fake news. The full wrath of the law was threatened towards those who made claims in the future. An annual carnival was coming up in December. More claims followed.
When you say that he had to make bail for giving false information, 8 times Nigeria's minimum wage, is that like saying that if you earned a tenner, you had to give 80 quid to make bail?
I believe it may have been annual, or at least monthly.
Oh, okay.
Not hourly.
So not hourly.
No.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But this is what you get for turning a mob on someone.
This is what you get for taking dicks.
He wasn't the one that...
But it's what you get. Get it?
So like I said,
dick.
People are using the power of a mob
The power of the dick.
to steal phones, commit crimes, rob people, just get people beaten up.
Essentially, yes. That might be what's happening.
Because you can 100% guarantee if this was a thing when we were like 14, 15, we'd have been doing that.
Yeah. If it was a fad, we'd have fadded.
100%. We'd have been going through that massive park in town.
Yeah.
Like during a music festival.
Yeah.
And then just pointing at someone and shouting it.
Dick my dick!
School rivalries would have escalated. There's that twat, he went to that school. That's so
my
stupid,
dick.
isn't it?
Imagine Kufray is there in his cell. Imagine he didn't have his dick, but the police just wouldn't check. Just look at my dick, it's not there. You're full of shit, sir. Those with schlongs begun carrying a tropical seed called bitter cola in their pockets, for this seed was believed to have neutralizing properties. The price immediately went up. Charcoal and needles were also used to ward off penis theft. Obviously, all of this was pretty much 2023, but I did a little digging and it turns out that cases of vanishing penis actually begun much earlier in Asia. This condition is called koro, which comes from the Malay word kura, meaning tortoise. I guess that's because the penis slides back inside its shell like the common tortoise head. During October 1967, in the emergency department of the Singapore General Hospital, not a few, not tens, but hundreds of young men began turning up complaining of shrinking penis. This was related to rumours that a pig died from penis retraction. Because they were worried about their dick shrivelling back inside their tummies, these chaps would rock up to the hospital holding on to their dicks, literally holding on, as they were scared that if they let go, the dick would be gone. The Singaporean Medical Association and indeed the Singapore government appeared on TV to claim that the rumours were not true and it was all bollocks. By the end of this penis pandemic, a mere 10 days later, just over 460 cases of dick shrinking had been reported.
I was going to ask if the tropical seed, bitter cola, how easy it was to come by, and if the price of it, the moment you said they began carrying a tropical seed, I was like, how much did it cost? Yeah,
so it was easy to come by, but the price rocketed.
Can you imagine if this was all started by the CEO of bitter cola?
CEO of a vegetable.
Like they own the company that produces it. They were like, right.
There's one farm in the entire country that produces it.
And they were like, how do we get sales up? We're not really making any money. Penis theft. Like, what? Just listen.
Hear me out.
Hear me out. He says the plan and they're like, no.
He points at someone and goes, micropenis!
And then he's just like, give me a month.
And a mob runs in and starts beating the shit out of the guy. He's like, see?
He's like, give me a month. If sales haven't gone up in a month, you can fire me. You can chop my dick off.
Stick my career on the line.
I'll stick my dick on the line. Trust me. Comes back, is welcomed a hero.
They've built a throne for him.
Profits have gotten up like 100%. Like
he is now 100%. A prophet.
Gone up tenfold, penfold.
But yeah, 460 cases in a matter of days is quite a lot to be nothing, though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Like there's some medical evidence creeping in there. During November 1976, another penis pandemic would break out, this time in Isan, in northeastern Thailand. 350 males would report to local hospitals with acute dick shrinking. There was another epidemic in Thailand during 1982. Northeast India also had an epidemic in 1982. Outbreaks continue into the modern era, with there having been penis vanishing outbreaks in South India infecting 100 people between August and September 2010, West Bengal in India through the last 6 months of 2010 affecting 100 people, and Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Ivory Coast and Senegal during 1997. Going back further, the Malleus Maleficarum, aka Hammer of Witches, was the field book on witchcraft and how to source confession, written in 1486 by German Catholic clergyman Heinrich Kramer. This book contains several chapters detailing penis theft. Penis would be hidden by the devil, and men would recover their penis only after they appeased the witch responsible. Whilst missing, the dicks were said to be stored in birds' nests and little boxes where the penises, and I quote, move themselves like living members and eat oats and corn. Yes, the dicks eat oats and corn.
Did they grow?
You're going to nip to the shop after this, buy some oats and corn.
I mean, in terms of calories in, calories out, they're getting calories in, but there's no way for them to get calories out. So technically they should grow.
Well, there is a way for a dick to get calories out, isn't there?
Not in the box.
Dick in a box. My dick in a box. Well, maybe they can poke a hole in the box.
Or in a bird's nest.
Poke a hole out the bottom. Poke a little hole out.
Start shimmying back and forth. Is that what you're saying?
Why does it always rain under this one tree? The locals are under the tree washing themselves.
I'm going to go downstairs and find there's a big bag of oats in the corner, isn't there?
Oh, I wish I'd have thought that far ahead. Right, we've focused on the chaps a lot today, but it's not just men that are afflicted by this most horrid of circumstances. Females have also complained that their boobs are shrinking or that their nip-nips have disappeared. People have either pierced their nipple to hold it in place or attempted to tie their nipple, as some folks may be into. Isn't that right, Mr Moonwalker? Now, as you may guess, medical experts do not believe the claims of missing genitals. A consultant psychiatrist at a neuropsychiatric hospital named Alexander Ordu has stated that during periods of high stress or anxiety, gentlemen of certain cultures may experience the sensation that their penis is shrinking or retracting into the abdominal area. Ordu is firm that this is just the mind playing tricks on people, which is exactly what a dick snatcher would say, isn't it?
That's exactly what a dick snatcher would say.
Insecurity about sexuality or masculinity in particular can manifest in a vanishing winky. Coro, tortoise dick, was from 1994 included as a culture-bound condition in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, which is the gospel of mental health diagnosis. But tell me, how can we explain this? In April 2001, in Osun State in southwest Nigeria, 8 people from an evangelical sect who were accused of stealing a penis were burned alive. This stuff literally happens in the world today. A religious sect were burned like witches. I've just shown Mr. Moonwalker a news clipping there.
Yeah.
Just to prove that I'm not making this up, this is in the news.
A guy's being literally dragged by what looks like 2
military officers
or militia.
Bonkers.
Again, black magic and things like that are rife in
some parts of the world. Yep.
Therefore, their belief system is different to that of Western civilization.
Ooh, we're getting serious.
But I don't know if those in charge believe it or if they're using it to get what they want.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
If they had a falling out with these people, And they were like, right, this is how we can get them.
So you're looking at a
Snuffed.
case-by-case
Yep.
analysis of people being wronged by other people.
This
rather
is how
than
we
like
can get them whacked.
Get them whacked.
Or if they actually believe that and believe that this is what these people are doing.
Do you believe? Love after love. You're doing well for the no shots the last couple of bits. If people are stealing dicks, what are the culprits? We've mentioned witches, who would basically do a deal with the devil, but what else could be to blame? Demons? What if, rather than doing deals for our souls, there's a demon out there with a real kink? Or even just a twisted sense of humour? This guy just wants to see what happens if people lose their dick. Sit back and watch the evil that unfolds. Because you know that people be going crazy if their dick goes missing. Do any cryptids eat dick? Excuse my terminology. There's all sorts of crazy beasts out there. We have wasps that basically make zombies. And how is duck-billed platypus even a thing? Maybe there's some kind of semi-undiscovered dick-munching creature. Or are the dick snatchers telekinetic? Are these paranormal entities sucking dicks back up into their tummies for fun through the power of their mind? Or perhaps it's voodoo. You right there, sir? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure whether the missing penis is voodoo revenge or whether the penis is needed for some further ritual, but obviously we do know people are being attacked for magically removing the dick. Or, unusually for us, possibly the easiest to explain, is this a case of aliens? I'm not saying that it's aliens, but presumably, aliens can beam any part of us up they want. If they want to study your reproductive capabilities, this has got to be easier than taking a whole person who could fight back, to an extent. As we end our final section before we summarise, I ask you, Mr Moonwalker, was this a case of aliens, cryptids, spookies, voodoo, telekinesis, or demons? I gave you the choice that I never had. You could have chosen anything, and it just so happens that you decided that we were going to probe dick snatchers today.
Got a question.
Right.
That last picture that was
Yes.
in the notes.
Uh-huh.
You going to post it to our socials?
I think our socials would be deleted if we did that. I'm afraid that's just for your viewing pleasure. Sorry, probers. You're not allowed nudity. Especially ex-presidential nudity.
I suppose it depends on what way I look at this.
Right.
As to whether it could be potential voodoo or not. Mm-hmm. Now, am I looking at
good
it
point.
as a case of the people making these claims truly believe that these people are capable of snatching penises by touch? Or
Dickless.
if they are just using it as an excuse to get people taken or harmed just because they are not the worst forms of humanity, but a terrible form of humanity and a terrible person. Is this
Is what?
where you want me to say whether or not I...
We're not concluding yet. No. Okay. Are you ready to move on?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you post that one?
No, I'm afraid not. And we need to do a shot before we move on to this next section.
Okay. I have a question. Is he pissing in his own face?
Yes.
so confused.
Not sure if you can work out what Mr Moonwalker is looking at, folks, but whip out the mini moonies, come on.
Try tough nut
I can't do nuts.
for my birthday. Take a nut.
If I take a nut, will you finish it off? Exactly. Give me a different one. That is very toffee, bloody hell.
Okay, so these next two are mine.
Right.
Simply because I've not tried sticky toffee and you won't take a nut. So when I take a nut, you've got to take a VK. A chocolate orange.
I make the rules on this episode, I think you'll find. I've been very kind in supporting your drinking activity here, unlike you bastard. I'm there for you. We are there, folks. We have arrived. Mr Moonwalker has taken the nut.
Only one.
He's taken one nut. In summary, we've covered the predominantly Nigerian penis theft. Though it turns out that this horror begun many, many years before the most recent cases in Asia. In fact, this was taking place in Europe during the 1400s and has feasibly been around as long as humankind. We have covered several cases of unfortunate individuals having their penis disappear, accusing someone, a mob beat the crap out of the accused, the police generally turn up, and then, usually, the dick returned. On occasion, the authorities have charged the accused. There were 12 cases of dick snatching in September 2023 alone in Calabar, but as we said earlier, there have been pandemics of sorts whereby near 509 people have been inflicted with this condition in Asia or African countries over a matter of days. We debated whether dick snatching was linked to witchcraft or whether there is a connection to mental health conditions, with Coro being an official medical condition related to anxiety and insecurity. Mr Moonwalker, do you have enough to conclude whether this one was paranormal or demons, and has this case met your wishes today?
This has been a surprisingly fun probe. I have enough to conclude whether or not it was paranormal. And no, it was not paranormal.
So are you saying that it was demons?
Fortunately, I believe it is a mixture of the worst parts of humanity, along with male insecurity and not mental health. But I think in terms of insecurities running rife, and people not being able to deal with that kind of mental, not being able to deal with it, and just worry and the panic, therefore it just compounds and it made it worse. Especially with people grabbing onto their dicks and running into hospitals scared that they were gonna go into themselves. Now the dick snatching is just terrible shades of humanity to a point. But then when it comes to the government, and it was religion, wasn't it? A religious sect?
Yes. Yeah.
So the religious sect and the government, I'm unsure whether or not it's the government knowing and using that to get their way, or whether they believe that and believe that this religious sect were doing things like that. So either way, it's not demons, it's not paranormal, it's just humanity.
All right. So I'm not saying that it was dick snatchers. I think, like Dick Tracy, we have cracked this case. It is genuinely wild that this kind of stuff happens today and that angry mobs believe it and attack. Suffice to say, I'm not on board with any paranormal explanation for this one either. I think it's both a cultural phenomenon or experience related to anxiety, as we covered, but at times, maybe a sneaky way for people to target rivals, as Mr Moonwalker alluded to. Now, Throughout the episode, there have been pictures and artwork of willies. The drinking rule, Mr. Moonwalker, was that you had to take a drink every time you commented on one. Do you have any final thoughts, Mr. Moonwalker?
I don't, but halfway through I did think, is it because I'm laughing at them?
You twigged. Yeah, you got half there at least, didn't you? Because you stopped commenting on them for a while and you were cracking up at them. Any final thoughts?
No.
You sure? You want to have a little flick through the rest of the research notes and positive?
Just like when you practice safe sex, you can wrap this one up.
Well, that is a wrap for today. Thank you for listening to The Aliens. If you have any episode suggestions, you can contact us via most social media at But It Was Aliens. So yes, we remain on the We have a publicly private group on Facebook connected to the But It Was Aliens fan page called Extraterrestrial Towers, which strongly resembles a teepee, but we assure you that it is earthquake and weather proof. Do not worry about all the buckets that appear to be collecting rainwater. There are no leaks and the aliens can't get in.
You will also not get your dick snatched.
You absolutely will not. We don't do that. Micropenis! If you want to hear more from us, are you okay? If you are and you do, you can head on over to the darkest corner of the internet at a place known as patreon.com/But It Was Aliens. Each month, we release a bonus episode, otherwise known as a side probe into wider paranormal shenanigans. This is where we first cheated on the aliens and to this day do our dirtiest work. You can uncover these side probes for the cost of a coffee. That is bonkers. That is all from us today. Well, nearly. Because Mr. Moonwalker, I have done a you.
Ah, you little prick.
There you go, sir.
You little prick. And you've wrapped them.
I have wrapped them, sir. Yes.
Greybeard's bought me a present and he's now recording me. Is there an order in which I have to open these?
Not at all.
You brought me a dick snatcher.
If only, sir. If only.
He's got me a flask. He's got me a fucking hip flask. Stainless steel hip flask. You beautiful bastard. I literally thought about...
You're going to need to take it out, sir.
Whilst I was getting ready to come here, if only I had a hip flask. I was like, can I go to the shop to buy one? Oh my god, that's incredible. That's even fucking better. I have a But It Was Aliens hip flask, ladies and gentlemen. It's got aliens and fucking Bigfoot on it, Sasquatch and his sexy butt. And then on the back, it's got the truth is up there. #pro. Thanks, son. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. And it's about to get even better when you open this next one.
Ooh. Oh, it's a book. It's a book.
Is it, though?
Feels like a book. I'm going to open up what feels like a book. And it's a book.
If you'd like to hold that up for the audience.
Yeah.
Russell Kellett is E.T. Ryder.
Super soldier. Oh my god. Oh, Kev, this is amazing.
Top that, biatch.
He's fucking wait.
That is now all we have time for today. So until next time, spiders have 8 legs. How many dicks do they have? You'd be surprised. The truth is up there. #.
Oh, that's amazing, son.
Mr. Moonwalker is E.T. Rider.